Hello everybody, PuZZlePieceZ here with more of Murder on the Orient Express. We are at the conclusion. Poirot has gathered everyone in the salon car, and we are going through the questions of the whole murder and events. So, Pierre and Michelle. Oh, yeah.
Through the door left unbolted by Monsieur McQueen.
This enemy was disguised, leaving behind a button in Madame Hubbard's room when he used her connecting door. Mademoiselle, the disguise?
Oh, so I guess we can click on these. The attendant's uniform.
A passkey was found in the pocket of this uniform, giving the murderer access to Ratchet's room. Ratchet was under the influence of a dose of his sleeping draught, light enough to wake him, but strong enough to prevent him from struggling as the killer left through the connecting door.
Masterman confirmed the dosage of the sleeping draught.
Oui, he did. Well, the murder weapon is obvious. Mademoiselle?
Oh god, we got all these things now. Well, it's the stiletto. Because it had blood on
It
it.
is a stiletto, the type of knife carried by the criminal type in America called the mafiosi.
The killer
Okay,
planned
good.
to leave
We're on the
train
right
at
track.
the next station after committing his crime. Show to them the evidence supporting this, mademoiselle.
The torn letter, I think. Torn letter? Yes.
Exact.
Thank you.
The avalanche prevented him from reaching Broad. Even so, he went through with the crime and then hid himself.
Side Ratchet's crate.
The killer hid in the baggage car inside Ratchet's crate.
Can you really think that illustrates my point?
Oops. Sorry. Oh, the shepherd's hut.
The killer hid in a shepherd's hut on the mountain.
Oops.
At
Okay.
first,
Okay, there we
in
go.
the Athens Paris Club,
Yeah, so if you get it wrong, he
then
does
later, it is
make
in
that
the hut.
really bad.
Mademoiselle found the uniform and the stiletto.
Right.
But the killer had fled. He may have escaped down the mountain, or he may have come to his just reward somewhere out there in the snow.
Or by wolves.
I think you will agree that we had followed the trail as easily as if we were tracking the footprints in the snow. It is plausible. It certainly fits the most obvious set of facts. I applaud the mastermind who hides behind such an innocent face. The second solution asked more of the little Gressels. Not only of Poirot, but those of Mademoiselle Marceau and Dr. Constantine as well. It was hidden most carefully.
Okay.
The unlikely accident of a means of communicating with the outside world, a part filled most ably by my dear friend Barnaby, made the truth, or at least part of it, easier to uncover.
Okay, so
But
this
I
is the
flatter
second
myself
part
that
now.
enough clues were found right here on this train that such communications were almost always but collaborations of conclusions that I had already reached. So, mademoiselle, we will begin again.
Okay, so now we're doing the second
First,
one.
I will speak to you of time.
Oh dear.
When did Monsieur Ratchet meet his end? I suspect Mademoiselle Marceau has the theory.
Oh dear. I need a moment to decide.
I need a moment to decide.
Time is of the essence, mademoiselle.
Yeah, okay. Pray don't take too long. Okay, so we can look at our things here. So let's look at the timeline or timetable. Okay, avalanche. Okay, so sometime I think it's sometime in between here. Okay. Yeah, but this is the time broken on Ratchet's pocket. So sometime between 12:37 and 1. And then 11 a.m. he's found dead. So it's 12:37 to 1:15.
shortly before 12:37 a.m. It could not have been Ratchet who called out to Michelle in French.
Exactly.
He didn't
Because
speak
he doesn't
French.
speak French.
Let us examine each possibility in turn. 10:40 p.m. or earlier?
No.
No. I think not. Mademoiselle Olsen spoke to Ratchet from the doorway at 10:40 p.m., but she never went inside.
Oh.
It conjures the image most bizarre of her throwing a knife at him 12 times from the doorway. And how does she retrieve it? Is there string attached to the handle? No. No, that is a solution of a most...
He just keeps throwing it with... it's like a yo-yo.
12:37 a.m.? A more interesting possibility. Monsieur McQueen states that Ratchet spoke no languages other than English, and yet the voice answered Michel in French. Still, I think this was simply a performance for the benefit of Poirot. One of the little improvisations. I was meant to see through it and say, no. Monsieur Ratchet, he was already dead by 12:37. He could not have cried out.
The broken watch said 1:15.
Oui, it did. And it fits with the time of Madame Hubbard's visitor. Now I digress for the reminiscence. I observed to Mademoiselle Marceau that one meets many classes and nationalities when traveling aboard the Express.
Yep.
I asked her to imagine whether such an assembly would ever likely
America.
be collected under any other conditions. And Mademoiselle, what was your reply?
America.
In America.
C'est ça. Only in America will you find a household composed of so many nationalities. Look about.
Or Canada.
As our investigation progressed,
But
it
North
became
America.
clear that 9 passengers on this train are connected in some way to the Armstrong kidnapping. Who have we connected to that case, mademoiselle?
Oh god, here we go.
Count Andrenyi.
No.
Mademoiselle,
No, sorry, I meant Countess.
Countess Andrenyi.
Shh. Oh, okay.
Colonel Arbuthnot. Mary Debenham. Princess Dragomirov. Antonio Foscarelli.
Nope.
Caroline Hubbard.
use the
Pfft, fine.
Hector McQueen. Edward Masterman. Greta Olson. Hildegard Schmidt.
Oh. None of the above.
None of the above.
Precisement.
Okay, there we go.
These 4 alone, amongst the occupants of the Calais coach, would appear to have no direct connection with the Armstrong case. Yet I was struck
Oh,
by
my
the
hand.
curious coincidence that everyone in the Calais coach had an alibi.
Okay.
And these alibis are sometimes corroborated even by those not connected to the Armstrong affair. One of you stated to Mademoiselle Marceau that while Monsieur Ratchet got what he deserved, you would have preferred to see him properly hanged. The trial by jury is a sound system.
Oh god.
Who said that, mademoiselle?
Oh god, who did say that? Oh, Colonel Arbuthnot. The 12 angry, or the 12 men.
Colonel Arbuthnot.
Just so.
Okay.
Colonel
See, it pays to listen to everything.
Poirot. I sat back and thought, a jury is composed of 12 people. There are 12 passengers in the
Yeah.
Calais coach, discounting myself and Mademoiselle Marceau. Ratchet, he was stabbed 12 times. And the reason the Calais coach was filled in the middle of the winter was explained. All, I repeat, all of the passengers were in on it. They had to be. No alibi could be left to the whim of a stranger. Did this solution explain everything? Let us see.
Okay.
What were the clues that pointed to the first solution, mademoiselle?
Okay, first solution. Who was it? Oh. The button missing. And the threatening letters.
The threatening letters.
Mademoiselle,
Ah! Maybe?
All of these clues agree with the first solution.
Wait. And
Okay.
now, of course, my attention focused on Monsieur Hartmann, for he, the apparent outsider, had provided a key element in this artificial solution of an unknown enemy. How to explain his complicity? And then I remembered that Mademoiselle Marceau had told to me 2 suggestive moments during 2 different interviews with Monsieur Hartmann.
Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. My family's back. If it gets a little loud, I apologize. He said the snow was bright when he apologized to me. Gave me the key to... Yeah. Yeah, he did give me the security room.
When he gave me the key to the security room in the baggage car.
Can you really?
Ugh. See, it gets annoying. Calais tile?
When he asked me to find a...
Oh,
Please do not embarrass-
no. It's the snow was bright.
When he said the snow was bright.
Right.
May we?
Yes, that's
The
it.
snow has not been very bright today. The sky, it is overcast. And in his apology, he mentions his fondness for French girls.
Oh, yes,
Countess
that's right.
Andrenier told us that the nursemaid, she was French. Her name was Suzanne.
Mm-hmm.
Our young friend Barnaby Lewis confirms via the ham radio that her full name was Suzanne Ferrier, and that she was born near Paris. So, it is not so much a leap, I think, to wonder if perhaps the man from New York and the French girl working there might not have formed the attachment.
I've been a detective for almost 20 years, Monsieur Poirot, but I'm in admiration of you. Yeah, Suzanne and I were gonna ask her uncle if we could get hitched. He was her guardian. And the kidnapping and everything. It was too much for her.
No.
Her uncle, monsieur? And his name?
Oh, jeez, I can't say I remember.
A detective for almost
Yeah,
20 years.
and you don't remember your fiance,
And you never
yeah.
even knew the name of your fiance's guardian?
Mm-hmm.
No, probably got it written down somewhere back in New York.
No.
Enough of this foolishness. I can guess his name right now, and so I expect, come Mademoiselle Marceau.
Pierre Michel.
Can you really think?
Lucien? Lucien?
Lucien.
Please do not.
Ugh.
Marcel Bousse.
No.
Okay, fine.
Antonio Foscarelli.
Can you read?
Really?
Monsieur Ferrier.
The picture in your valise. It is that of you, your sister, and her daughter Suzanne?
Oui, monsieur. After my sister and her husband died in a car
I said
crash,
Pierre Michel.
I raised Suzanne as my own child.
And so, that leaves only one.
Me? If the attendant is one of your killers, Mr. Poirot, that makes you 12. You don't need me.
No, madame. I have come to the odd conclusion that the person who has taken no part in the crime is the one who would be considered most likely to do so. I refer to Countess Andrenier.
Oh.
Her husband swore on his honor she did not leave her room last night. A count from a noble family? A rising young star in the Hungarian diplomatic service? Such a man does not swear upon his honor lightly. No, it is much more probable that he tells the truth. And it is the devoted husband who, so to speak, takes his wife's place.
Ah.
So you see, madame, we are back to 11 without you.
Well, I never. Wait until my daughter hears about this.
Why not tell her now? She is sitting there right beside you, Madame Arden. You are the instigator, or the director, I should say, of this entire performance. You, who Mademoiselle Debenham so rightly called the strongest character among us. And there you have it. Does this second solution explain everything? Let us see. Mademoiselle Marceau, what was the real murder weapon?
The clean. The steak knife.
But of course.
Yeah, because it was
A
clean.
drama planned this carefully does not include the blood-stained stiletto with the fingerprints of some unknown. No, that is merely a prop. As were the 2 threatening letters. The burned note, of course, was a real threat.
Mm-hmm.
The conspirators most assuredly did not want this murder tied to the Armstrong kidnapping.
That's
and
why they burned
the
it.
true weapon with no incriminating mark upon it might never have been found if it had been thrown inches further.
Yep.
Bloody steak knives aren't balanced properly for throwing. My hat's off to you, though, Miss Marceau. When I saw where it landed, I wasn't about to crawl out there and end up at the bottom of that ravine. Took some nerve doing what you did, and there's no denying it.
Here, here.
So,
Okay,
the
thanks,
improbable
everyone.
differences in the stab wounds is now explained. 2 so-called clues were dropped in the dead man's compartment. Mademoiselle?
Alright, so we know exactly what those are, but we're gonna continue this in the next video. So we are getting closer and closer. As Poirot was stating, he's going through the 3 different possibilities for the end game, and then we as the players have to decide which which theory works the best to tell the police. So, do stay tuned. This is PuZZlePieceZ signing off.